You witness an unarmed robbery happen to a third party, total stranger. Are you justified to shoot? We're going to break down that question with top criminal defense attorney Tom Grieve, also a former state prosecutor. But first, let me remind you, we've got a gun giveaway going on right now. You can enter for free, but it ends really soon. So just click on the link in the description down below to reveal which brand new gun you could win. Tom, we got questions that come in often, and this one came through as you watch a purse snatching, and how do you determine whether or not you're going to get involved and you don't want to use too much force too soon? I kind of know where I'm going with this, but if you, as a concealed carrier, witness a purse snatching, what do you do?
You be a good witness, and let me define what I'm understanding the question to ask. When I hear purse snatching, I'm envisioning someone strolling up or running up or buzzing by on a bicycle or moped, grabbing a purse, and then they keep going. Mm-hmm. By the time you know what's going on, it's already over. And at that point, there's no deadly threat, and employing any kind of deadly force is probably just going to put you in prison. Mm-hmm. And we're setting aside target isolation issues, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even draw a gun in that case.
Right.
The purse snatching, and again, we'll go back to the mantra, if the bad guy's running away, let him run away. And in a purse snatching, that's the way the crime works, is
right.
Snatch the purse and run away. Let's pivot this just a little bit, and defense of a third party, and let's assume that it is a total stranger. You witness this guy now not just snatching a purse and running away, but beating the woman. I mean, full mount punching her in the face. Now, what level of force are you allowed to use in a situation like that?
First off, check your local listings, uscca.com/laws, right? Because laws do vary from place to place. So you have to know what your defense of third-party laws are. Mm-hmm. One of the distinguishing factors here is going to be, is the woman, is she facing deadly force right now? Mm-hmm. Or is she facing a level of force that, while atrocious and inexcusable, does not rise to that level? Yeah. Because if she does rise to the level of deadly force, then under the law, presumably, again, check your local listings, you would be within your rights to produce a firearm and employ deadly force back. Mm-hmm. If she has not seen that level of force against her, if we're at a less than lethal force, then doing that, while it might save her, you are going to legally sacrifice yourself. And that's assuming that you hit your target, the threat is stopped, all that kind of stuff, right? And that he doesn't have 3 friends backing him up 10 feet behind you or something like that. Yeah. So there's a lot of assumptions that, of course, we're baking into this. What I'm probably doing, and just trying to be mindful of, here's what many laws are across the country, so we're not making this kind of jurisdiction specific. I'm probably immediately shouting while producing my handgun to a low ready position, being careful not to point it at anyone, as well as maintaining a reactionary gap. So I want to make sure I'm not standing right next to them. I want to make sure that I'm trying to be mindful to not develop tunnel vision, because again, is his buddy off to the left and he's going to hit me with a baseball bat or something like that? And hopefully, if I'm in a crowded area, I'm calling attention and I'm giving loud challenges, loud verbal commands to draw attention to the fact, to try to basically manufacture witnesses, but fundamentally to get him to stop.
Yeah.
And hopefully someone's dialing 911 at that point.
Yeah, and the goal is always to get the person to stop the threat. That's what you want to do. Stop the action. Stop the threat using the least amount of force possible. I happened upon a situation like that while on duty, and my option was to tackle the person, tackle the man off the top of the woman, and it actually worked out very well in not using deadly force in a situation like that, because I would have gone through all of those other steps, drawing the gun, moving to the proper position for target isolation, making a verbal challenge, trying to get this guy to stop before I fired the weapon. And what I heard afterwards in the follow-up investigation is one more punch would have killed her. Had to get him off her immediately in that situation. Yeah, we ended up in a ground fight with a really tough guy with a couple of cops trying to get him under control. But in that situation, we came upon this scene, and it was exactly what I described, a guy in a full mount punching a woman in the face. Right. And at that time, there wasn't much thought in, am I determining the use of force that we're going to use? We need to get him off of her. So yes, there's opportunity for people to use deadly force in that situation. But again, folks, it's always, you can only use deadly force against imminent threat of death or great bodily harm. And I want people to know exactly what's going on before they jump in.
Right. And you have to be careful. I mean, again, another assumption that we've baked into this is we're presuming an innocent victim here.
Right.
And a bad guy, right? Maybe, maybe she was the original attacker. You turn the corner and you see this, and that's actually the good guy who's defending himself.
Yeah.
I mean, unlikely playing the statistics and gender profiles and so forth. But you get my point of all the more reason to not just immediately resort to deadly force, because you might actually be shooting the victim.
Yeah, and that just comes back to education and training. I mean, we've seen the videos, we've heard the stories of private citizens assisting police officers, cops down on his back getting beaten to death, and somebody comes by and shoots the bad guy. There's several of those stories that are out there circulating on the internet now. That's a pretty clear indication. The cop's down on the ground and somebody's beating him. Yep, now you kind of know what's going on, or you can make a reasonable assumption that the cop was the good guy and he's now losing the fight. But you're right. You come around a corner and there's two people on the ground. What if it's two men? Right. And now it's more difficult to understand who's the aggressor and who's the defender. Maybe the guy down on the ground was just trying to kidnap a baby or a child or something like that, and the guy on top of him is right. stopping that threat. Lots and lots of questions before you pull out your gun and start shooting.
Right, absolutely. And your decision will follow both you and your family for life. So you got to be careful.
Absolutely. Well, thanks again for that insight, Tom. It's always great to have you here. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of this video. And a quick reminder, we have that gun giveaway going on and it ends really soon. All you have to do is click in the link below and reveal which brand new gun you could win. I'm Kevin Michalowski, Director of Content for the U.S. Concealed Carry Association, and if you want to see more videos like this, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, share this video, because YouTube is actively suppressing firearms videos, and we need your help to defeat that algorithm. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.